All right, and welcome back to Press Turn, a video game podcast. Hooray! I'm kind of
Woo.
sleepy. I apologize.
Time to
I
wake up.
I had a little. Well, I'm still trying to. No. I had a little bit of COVID, unfortunately. So I've been self quarantined for a little bit. Thankfully I'm okay. But being stuck in your room for close to a week definitely sucked. So
hmm
uh
No bad side effects, I hope.
so far, no. Um, I have my lovely parents who were helping watching me. Um, Although honestly, I probably would have been fine on my own. I just being confined in my somewhat small room is probably the one thing that made it somewhat difficult. Just kind of feeling low energy. Anyway, uh,
Yeah,
we have plenty of depressing things to talk about today. No, I'm just kidding. We're talking about Pokemon.
absolutely.
Can't really be too depressing. But yeah, we'll just get right into it. This is kind of a weird start, but Jonathan, take us through. What have you been up to?
Yeah. Okay. Well, recently I just finished streaming Cuphead over on GOG, where we finished my wife and I playing Cuphead in co-op, and that was about a couple weeks ago. But the high is still real. I love it. That was a hard game, and we got through it and beat Satan, and couldn't be prouder. Feel like I've leveled up in gaming. Feel like I can take on any video game. Feel like there's nothing I can defeat now. Um,
Would you say your relationship was put to the test?
was my relationship put to the test? No.
Okay.
My patience? Yeah.
Okay.
Um, yeah. My patience was definitely put to the test, and it came out on the other side a little better.
Um, Wh- okay, so it's kind of been a while since I've talked to anyone about Cuphead, but who would you say was your toughest boss altogether?
Toughest boss?
Yeah.
I would say the toughest boss, what took us the longest was Bebby the Clown. And if you can't remember, I mean, I think there was only one clown, but he was the guy in the carnival slash circus slash roller coaster boss battle.
Right,
Started out with
right.
his impractical going back and forth left and right and then shooting across while little duck targets were flying over.
Hmm.
One of them might have had a little torch. That quickly transitioned over into him being inflated and some dog balloons coming at you while a roller coaster came underneath. After that was the third phase of him being on a horse with horseshoes either being gold and shooting left or right and having one small hole for you to stand still while they went down while a roller coaster came by, or they were going in an arching pattern and you just had to figure out to jump over or stay under. That led to his final phase where he was, I don't know, a carousel type of machine where frogs were shooting baseballs at you and still a roller coaster coming by. That was the hardest one. um that was the hardest one. I mean, and I mean, I fought King Dice 3 times where I hit that start over, and as much as that cigar and the alcohol and the stupid horse racetrack was tough, that still did not take nearly as long as Beppy the stupid clown.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I guess it really just comes down to like whoever, like the player's preference to to certain bosses. Like, I feel like for me, the clown wasn't nearly as bad as some other ones. I would say like very early on, the dragon was a really tough one for me.
Mhm.
Um, but for some, but for other people, it's almost like it's not that bad. And in general, I would say it's probably not even one of the harder bosses to fight. It's just that like sometimes you're just not really paying attention to what's pretty much like I don't know I don't know how I would describe it as like two attack patterns that happen at the same time. Like especially
Mhm.
at the very end of that fight, where like you know he's just launching essentially like Castlevania Medusa heads in the form of fireballs, and then there
Yeah.
are the fireballs underneath you that will uh periodically just make a huge arc and it like it I'm positive it's random, but sometimes it does feel like they're gunning right at you. Which is almost like either someone on that team was a real big fan of shmups, or like their entire team just has really good AI design or something like that. Uh
It's funny
it's
you
probably more likely the former than the latter, but
probably. Yeah, it's funny you mention that because I'm guessing you played solo Cuphead.
yeah.
You,
I would probably like I played solo Cuphead more than I played co-op, but
mhm.
touching Cuphead co-op was almost just like a nightmare because we weren't
Picture
really
perfect.
we weren't really delegating with each other. We were just kind of going in
Mhm.
just to have fun, and then I quickly realized this is not fun at all, and I want to get out of here as soon as possible. Um, because like yeah, I think even fighting the slime boss, or Bob the Blob, whatever his name was,
Poopy Legrand.
Legrand. Okay, uh, that the entire time it took us to fight that, I'm pretty sure it was shorter than it took me on my own, but uh, it was almost like less stress inducing somehow. That uh, than fighting on my own. If that makes sense. Like I don't know, it's kind of funky. I do know that there's some balancing changes when you go into co-op as well, but yeah, I don't know. Like and like a game like Cuphead, uh it's been a long time since I've played a game that just required so much concentration and patience from me too. Uh and while Cuphead I would say is not nearly one of the harder arcade games, I can definitely think of a few others just right off the bat. It's it's definitely a reminder of just um like the arcade format does work in certain ways, and the only difference being like thankfully you only have to pay for Cuphead once and then you don't have to worry about it.
Yes, absolutely. And I think Cuphead is a good refinement of the uh, arcade format in today's standards.
Hmm. Definitely.
Um, yeah, I as hard as it is, it's totally fair. You've got uh, everything balanced out so well. You've got the extra hit point slash takes away some of your strength additions. You got your different weapon mods that can give you more power but gives you less range, or
Hmm.
give you more range but less power. Everything was balanced, keeping everything in mind. and it was just beautiful. Um, and you're right. They did balance things out. I was I was definitely, especially through Island 3, thinking about my own experience and then going through co-op thinking, "Man, why was this the harder one? Like, this one didn't take me near as much by myself as I was with co-op." And it's because they definitely, balance things out, but some things became easier than others, specifically, the last one of the last few airplane stations with the evil genius and his robot, they
Oh
they
yeah.
they split attention to where the attacks went, which could have made things unfair, but they still balanced that out. But uh, my wife and I got working into a groove where we attacked different positions at once, and once we got into that groove, it was over from there.
Hmm.
Yeah, because we totally abuse that, and the same thing with the honey hive queen and other things. Uh, they back and forth would throw attacks at you, which worked
Yeah.
out in your favor if you figured it out. But because you were co-op, yes, they doubled the HP of the bosses, the invisible HP.
Okay.
But I think too. Um, and this may have been a recent work because I know that there were some saying that if you died in co-op, you still had to deal with all of that HP. But in mine, I feel like they took it back to the solo experience. So if you made it all the way to the last round, you had the single player HP bar if the second player was gone.
Hmm.
Because that last phase with the devil was extremely short. Just to put it bluntly.
Yeah.
I had to believe some work was done. I don't have any official say on it, but anyway, got any final thoughts on Cuphead before I move on?
So you guys are gonna run through it when the DLC drops then?
Absolutely. Can't wait for June.
All right.
And yeah, that was the whole reason why we wanted to beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're ready for the DLC, baby. Let's
Cool.
go.
Cool. Cool.
Uh anything else? Of course, there's a whole bunch, but I really can't bring it up to my brain.
Yeah.
Let's
I
see.
I mean, I know you mentioned that your wife was playing Pokemon Arceus Legends. Arceus? Arceus, actually.
Is it Arceus? I've been calling it Arceus.
Uh, I used to call it Arceus, because I was just thinking Arc and Eus. Um, and then apparently the Japanese translation, they pronounce it Arceus over there. So I was just
Mm,
like, I guess, I guess that's the official one,
I
but I don't
gotcha.
really know. Um, there's no
Yeah,
voice
yeah,
acting in that game, so I can't really say. But
right,
I think I think Pokemon Arceus Legends is basically basically just going to be our topic later on.
right.
So
I'll hold off on that because I got a lot to say. Yeah, she's been playing that. I've been watching her, and I've been just playing some games every now and then. Oh, I'm covering Ollie World for Gug, so
oh,
I'm trying
nice.
to play and finish that. Yes, I it's good. Um, I got good things to say about it. I got a few things, a few tidbits here and there, but yeah, I really got to buckle down on that and finish it. The what you call it embargoes dropping on the 8th, so I
Oh,
want to
okay.
have the review out the same day, hopefully. So
Hmm.
looking forward to that. Oh, also, and speaking of that, I have a Super Metroid review coming up that is in the pipes. It's still pending, still being edited, but I'm really excited because I poured a lot of passion into it.
Yeah, you have been talking about that for quite a while. Just off of recording as well, I think.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
just super
no, no, no,
excited.
no. That's fine. It's genuinely interesting, just because like Metroid has become uh relevant again, because of Dread, and just kind of hearing just kind of hearing the conversation of people engaging with uh Metroid again. Uh it's genuinely interesting to me.
Mm,
Just because like I feel especially for indie games and a lot of and certain 3D games like I would say even the Dark Souls franchise. Uh it's like the Metroid series has pretty much been a big influence on video game design, like as a
yeah,
whole. Like it's probably I mean after we recorded the episode where we talked about um what exactly makes a Metroidvania, thinking about it now, I think like um while Castlevania is still pretty influential, I think in terms of general design, that you start to see in a lot of video games, it's like Metroid makes that jump forward into like the most prolific games to influence game design.
mhm,
Like like uh like Super Metroid and Doom are uh probably fit into that. Or I guess not Doom so much as Quake really, but I don't know. It's kind of it is kind of debatable, but I feel like there were a lot of lessons taken from Metroid that definitely apply to video games in general. So yeah, I'll definitely be reading that when it comes out. I should probably play it though first, because I've never actually touched hands so much with a Metroid game. I think like what was it? I think I may have touched Metroid Fusion on an emulator back in like junior high school when I was just thinking like, man, I would really like a Game Boy Advance, but I don't have money. So I guess I'll just use emulators right now. Uh,
right.
but yeah, that's cool. Um,
Turns out everybody in high school that I talked to was emulating Super Metroid.
yeah.
Yeah,
ZSNES and
yep.
Visual Boy Advance.
Mm, yes, I
Uh,
know those names too.
yeah. Visual Boy Advance still going strong to this day, even so.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, man, Ollie Ollie World though, like Ollie Ollie was one of like the very first indie games, right? Or at the
yeah.
very least, like it was at least within like that first wave of indie games that were coming out, I feel. Um,
Last year or ever?
just like ever, because there's I'm pretty okay, wait, hang on. Before I
You are the
before I
pro,
start
so
before I start talking, I'm gonna check just to make sure because I'm pretty positive that there was yeah, there was an Ollie Ollie 1. Oh, that was 2014. Never mind. Okay. It was not that it was not as old as I thought it was. Okay.
Oh,
But
okay, I see.
um okay, never mind. I think I'm just dumb. So we'll we'll just continue
It's
forward.
okay, we'll
What
blame the
else is
Omicron.
new?
Oh, don't know. I think that's about it for me. Just got a lot of things going on. Um, if you guys want to hit up my blog, I've released a passion project I've been working on for a couple weeks. I have an idea in my head of how to remaster slash reboot the original Croc IP. So I'm kind of hoping that the maker who's just sitting on it sees it and maybe something good comes out of it.
Huh, interesting.
Um,
I will take a
yeah,
look at that. Um, and what is the name of your blog for the people at home?
m- my blog is the same as my name on Twitch. It's the Salvation and Shenanigans.wordpress.com.
All right. Okay. So me. Um,
Yeah, over to you.
shoot. I was gonna talk about Pokemon Arceus Legends, but we did kind of decide that it did deserve to be its own topic. Hang on. Let me look at my Steam recently played. Um,
So do you just have Steam or do you have other consoles too? I mean, Switch, obviously.
just the Switch. Still kind of kicking myself for selling my PS4 that I won from Taco Bell.
Oh, dude, really?
uh, yeah. Um, probably one of the probably one of the few dubs that I've ever taken in my life, and then I sold it for some reason. I don't know why. I really should have kept it, especially for when 13 Sentinels came out. Uh, so that's a shame.
Yeah, dude.
Uh, but um, it it will be coming out for the Switch soon, so that
Is it?
yeah, this in February actually. So
That's beautiful. 13 Sentinels, really good.
yeah, that not many people have been talking about. It's kind of what is it? Vanillaware and Platinum are kind of
Mm.
cursed where
Oh, so
they
sad.
both have really amazing games. Well, okay, sorry. Let me dial that back a bit. Um, Vanillaware has Vanillaware has always made very interesting games, and they have some, but they have like very clear standouts compared to the rest of their catalog. Like I would say, Odin Sphere and 13 Sentinels are probably
Okay.
at the tip top of that catalog. And then the rest of their catalog kind of files down. Um, but then but it's still just like they have both made very good games that not many people have given credit or even tried. Um, I think I don't think I even managed to convince a single person to try Odin Sphere, which is soul crushing. Um, almost to the same almost to the same effect that like I have not been able to convince anyone to try out Wonderful 101 from Platinum Games.
Mm.
Genuinely genuinely I made myself sad again.
That's okay, man.
It
I,
it sucks. You know what I mean? Like okay. All right. Before I get into it, I want to circle back to this, but before I get into it, let me just go over the rest of my week. So, yes, I also touched hands on Pokemon Arceus Legends. Uh, we'll get into it later, but game's great, looks like crap, but it's a lot of fun. Uh, as someone on Twitter aptly put it as well. Uh, other than that, it's kind of been a while. So once again, I have a lot to say, unfortunately. Um,
let's go.
yeah. Okay, so Genshin Impact, they have their Lantern Rite Festival again this year. Um, I just finished up uh the last major bits of that event. today, and uh, I mean, I don't know. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. Touched a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Was genuinely surprised by the quality of that free-to-play game, only to realize that it's also on mobile, which is kind of nuts. Considering it's like a fully functional, like legit, um, online TCG.
Mm.
Uh, so it's very interesting. Um, Also somewhat out of nowhere. I don't know if Konami had announced that they were planning to release to release a free to play mobile of Yu-Gi-Oh! Aside from Duel Links.
Mhm.
So that was pretty fun. Um Tried out Synthetic for the first time. It's kind of a isometric uh twin stick shooter for PC. I don't know if it's come out on other consoles. Very interesting game. Somewhat aggressive, a lot harder than I was expecting, honestly. Like aiming is not perfect, so you do kind of have to um you do kind of have to fight with your aiming reticule a bit in that game. But it's pretty fun. Uh Vampire Survivors, what I'm going to affectionately call um the gruesome cookie clicker. Uh I I just saw it. Um, it was on sale. It it looked kind of dumb, but it was like $3, so I was like, you know what? Let's give it a shot. And I played nearly 3 hours of it in one evening, and was just
Oh,
kind of like, this is somewhat addicting. Uh,
not
uh,
bad.
yeah. Um, yeah. I didn't think I would get myself sucked into like what's somewhat essentially like an idle type game.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, actually not too bad. Still in early access though. As of right now, they're on patch 0.2.1, so it's probably gonna take a bit. Um,
What's your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card, and why is it Dark Magician?
I don't think that was my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card. I don't even remember. It's been a while. I do remember I do remember back in college, like I finally decided to just watch all of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Um, enter your D's jokes here. Uh,
D's.
yeah, 5Ds. Very, very weird title. But it eventually makes sense.
Wasn't it? Is
Uh,
I just want to take a shot in the dark, but I'm afraid of being wrong. Is it like 5 dimensions or something?
yes, actually.
Cool.
The Dimensions, in fact, plays a very, very real aspect in that main plot. Uh, but it also stands for five dragons. And it also stands
Oh.
for five destinies? Maybe? I'm
Oh,
not
they're
sure.
stretching. They're stretching there, weren't they?
Yeah, they were putting on a lot of they were putting on a lot of what's the word? Oh my gosh, why am I blanking on this? Uh
Ears?
I suppose, yeah, that's one way to put it. But yeah, 5Ds was actually pretty cool for what I would consider essentially a cash grab type of thing. Like it's mainly designed just to make kids buy their cards. But favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card? I don't know. I guess Stardust Dragon is kind of cool. Um, kind of ugly monster with a purple jeweled chest. Um, its special attack is shooting Sonic. Uh, don't ask me how that works. Why didn't they call it Sonic Shooter anyway? Uh,
Who knows, man?
late Yu-Gi-Oh takes aside. I have also been playing on and off God of War 2018 and Horizon Zero Dawn on PC. For people who don't really know me, I for the most part despise AAA games. I don't find them very fun, but then people can't shut up about God of War 2018 and Horizon Zero Dawn, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is and try these games out. And turns yeah, these uh these pretty AAA games are also pretty good. Who'd have thought?
Who'd have thought?
Yeah. But I don't know. I will have to get back to those eventually. Maybe once I'm done with Pokemon. Uh which which may or may not be a while. It depends. It seems like that the game itself is pretty short too. So compared to uh like other Pokemon games, I guess. I mean, I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. It does seem to ramp up pretty quick. I mean, good lord. Like she's already level 40 in most of her Pokemon. I'm like, good grief. It's only been out for like a few days.
Oh,
Yeah, it does.
you can level Pokemon pretty quickly
Yeah.
if you go at it. Like there are
No, you're
ways.
right.
There are ways to make that process fast. So,
Yeah.
I think that'll be it. So, before we get into it, I suppose we will talk about it shortly. The Microsoft's acquisition of ActiBliz, or more formally, ABK, Activision Blizzard King.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Talk about
It's
buying Park Place.
it's certainly a move. It
Yeah.
is. This is certainly a big move. Oh dear, what just
Saw some light
happened?
there.
Hang on one second. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I guess I shouldn't have been uh blasting everything on my grid or something. We should be okay. Anyway,
Shadow
um,
Realm's looking for you.
yeah, it's actually Bobby Kotick searching me out with his big money and being like, "You're gonna make fun of me? Well, this is what I'm gonna do to you.
Gonna
I'm
buy
gonna
your little
slightly
free
inconvenience
podcast.
you."
He's got
Um,
nothing else better to do.
yeah, pretty much. I can't really imagine him having much to do right now, and pretty much just waiting until he exits the building on his golden parachute. Um, yeah, which I guess hmm, uh the the main the main issue with this acquisition being what is going to happen in the near future once the transition is being made, because currently there's like a workers strike, and a lot of people asking, hey, so are there going to be actual changes happening starting soon, like before the transition, during the transition, after the transition, like what's going on here? And Microsoft has been oddly quiet about it. Um, Understandably, of course, but at the same time, uh, it's it's a pretty tumultuous situation to say the least. One that does
Understatement.
require one does require some type of response to everything that's been happening so far.
Yes. So
Um,
hopefully, I would wish for a solid response, one that takes a little bit of time to just sit down, have a nice long chat first.
yeah. Um, that being said, Microsoft is more than just the video game side, and I'm sure Phil Spencer has a lot more on his plate as well. Like, keep in mind we're talking about the guy who who pushed against CEO Nadella's decision to axe Xbox a couple of years ago. Um,
Mm,
like when Satya Nadella took over as CEO, um, he he wanted to do away with the Xbox branding, and Phil Spencer said, "No, don't do that because there is a lot of potential here. But if you go into it, if you're just telling us to like not invest as much into this brand, then that's the wrong way to do it. Either give us the ability to do so, or just or completely rip it out. Like, don't even bother. Just trying to like minimalize minimalize minimize um profit loss or whatever, and just let it peter out eventually."
mhm.
Which apparently worked because Nadella said, "Okay, you know what? Tell me what you want to do, and I'll let you go do it." Um, and here we are with Game Pass kind of setting the trend, honestly. Um,
Man, what a deal.
it yeah. Um,
What a good move.
yeah. Like, so that is to say, like, Phil Spencer, in in respect to what's going on in the modern video gaming space, he is definitely one of those um, influential figures to look out on. Like I would say, if he's making moves, you should listen because right now he's probably one of the biggest voices uh, ever currently. Because
Okay.
like
Duly noted.
yeah, because like he's kind of taking gaming to a new platform right now. Uh, it's already started really,
Mhm.
but he's kind of leading the charge. Um, so it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do moving forward because we still haven't really seen like technically anything new after the Bethesda acquisition as well. Um, but I think more than that, it's kind of like um, it's kind of nuts that that uh that like a company like Microsoft is acquiring, Bethesda and Activision, basically uh two of the biggest publishers in North America for video games.
Yeah.
Um, it's pretty huge. EA and Ubisoft are probably next on the list, depending on what Sony decides to do. In fact, while talking about this, I just remembered there was some news earlier
Sony
this week
purchasing,
about
uh,
about
Bungie.
yeah, Sony purchasing uh developer Bungie for 3.6 billion. Not not as big of a pull necessarily as
Right.
the 70 billion acquisition. of Activision, but
Yeah.
it's definitely something where like Sony is also like, okay, we need to get more studios
Right.
on our side now too. Um, and to be fair, Sony doesn't quite have the same purchasing power as Microsoft does, to my knowledge. So it may not nearly be as easy, but it will be interesting to see what the other big players will do in the meantime.
Right.
Eyes are kind of on uh, EA and Ubisoft right now and see what they're planning to do too. Especially with everything that's going on. Um, and I guess it's also because of some pressure happening from Tencent as well, which I mean, like, the pressure from Tencent has been happening for a while anyway, so it's not really anything new. But I probably would say it's like it probably was a factor into this deal, because there was some there was talk about this acquisition back last year, and I imagine that the recent the recent allegations and with the ongoing um issues currently at Activision right now somewhat sped this deal up, uh because apparently I can't I can't source where I heard this from right now, but I heard it was um I heard it was talked about like at the latest back in 2020, and they were talking about it for a bit, and Activision was kind of hedging their bets, so to speak. I think there was like another company that was interested in acquiring them as well. Or wait. No, sorry, take that back. Um they were trying to see if there were other companies interested in acquiring them, or a merger or something like that. Um so I guess I would say, just going off of everything that we publicly know, um the uh the lawsuit allegations sped this deal up when normally it probably would have been in the talks for maybe, oh no, another year at most.
Mhm.
Maybe. I say a year at most, but it could have been 2 or 3 even, who knows? Microsoft and Activision did have plenty of money either way, so they could both wait it out. Um, but yeah, kind of wild. We're kind of uh we're kind of scarily seeing the realization of the corporation coming to fruition. Like
We're getting there.
what was it? There's Warner Brothers with everything that they own right now. Um, and there's also Disney with everything they own right now, which is just kind of it's nuts, honestly. And uh,
Yep.
I guess it's still interesting, but at the same time, I'm also kind of like, this is scary. But we'll have to see um as things unfold later on. Who knows what's really going to happen next? So, uh, I don't know, Jonathan. What are your takes on this?
Uh, I don't know, man. The possibilities are endless. I mean, uh, I don't know. I really don't. I really try to keep as close of an eye as much as I can on the business side of things, but I am definitely not nearly the guy that can wax eloquently about all this because as far as I can see, it just looks like a big Monopoly game. Um, and so far, Microsoft has made the big play. So now I guess all of the other big corporations might try and make a big play. Kind of curious about Apple because Apple's been trying to do some things with shows and games. Their arcade is actually pulling out some decent games too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I mean, want to maybe they'll try and do something. Who knows? Maybe maybe they'll start a whole trend of trying to buy games or trying to buy game companies. I think I would like to personally see EA bought. I think getting getting some reins on that so they can. Gosh, probably going to sound like a comment section here. If they can stop their whole microtransaction thing, that would be nice.
mm,
Um, aside from that, I maybe I'm erring on the side of positivity too, because I mean, from the developing standpoint, there's a whole lot of IPs that were bought by Microsoft. Microsoft's got big money, and they don't rush their people to finish their games. Um, the story of Double Fine Studios finishing Psychonauts 2 ended on a positive note with Microsoft buying them and saying, "What do you guys need to do to make a game awesome?"
mm-hmm.
Schaefer himself said, "Hey, we took out the boss fights because we just wanted to, finish the game on time." They're like, "No, take the time, finish it, add them back in there," and they said, "Okay." Um, so I think this is a nice move for developers who want to make quality games, and I think we'll definitely see some benefits from it.
Yeah,
From everything, no, absolutely not. Like there will be there'll be some bad moves. There'll be some meh moves.
yeah.
We'll see.
I I'm looking over the Kotaku article that I shared with you.
Yeah.
For those of you listening or watching, I'm referring to the Kotaku article back in January 18th by John Walker. Microsoft closing in on $70 billion deal to buy Activision Blizzard. There is a quote about halfway down that lists a number of the major studios um, listed: Activision Publishing, Blizzard Entertainment, of course, and then everyone that they bought, which is Beanox, Demonware, as Jonathan mentioned, Digital Legends, High Moon Studios, Infinity Ward, King, Major League Gaming, probably their uh, MLG division,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Radical
The baseball
Entertainment,
games.
Raven Software, Sledgehammer Games, Boys for Bob,
Whoop, whoop.
Treyarch, and everyone else, basically. Um, it's I there's a lot there, and there's a lot that could be done already. High Moon Studios, High Moon Studios is definitely one. They correct me if I'm wrong. They made the Transformers Cybertron games, right?
Mm,
Like
I didn't
uh,
play them.
War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron, I believe.
Yes,
Um,
and Deadpool.
right, yeah. So,
Didn't know that.
because I'm pretty sure like most of these studios were pretty much just delegated to helping with assets for Call of Duty. Um,
Yeah. Hmm.
so if each of these, so like if each of these studios got to make games again, like their own games, and whatnot, that's like that's a lot to definitely be excited about.
Hmm.
Like uh, improving the workspace, improving the schedule, letting the studios being able to try out their own ideas. Uh, all like flows back into there being more games to play, which is probably the biggest plus um, to go on off of this.
Hmm.
So so hopefully that's where it goes. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Uh, it very easily could not, but we will try to stay um, cautiously optimistic. Uh,
There it is. That's the phrase.
yeah, cautiously optimistic. There is no safer optimistic than cautiously.
Agreed.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. Before we talk about Pokemon, I'm just going to quickly plug that uh bot botster from Twitter, or I think hang on, let me just check real quick. But there's a fan game on itch.io called Bloodborne PSX. This was teased on their Twitter account back in Halloween, I think. Um, yes, by at Botster on Twitter. Uh, she I, hang on. Do they have pronouns? Okay, they don't. Okay. I believe she teased this way back in Halloween, I believe, of 2021, and it kind of looks incredible. You can check out her Twitter of like some of the gifs. I will also be linking the itch.io page here. Um, this dropped today, January 31st, 2022. Kept her word on the release date too, might I add. So that's quite a flex to stay on your target goal as well.
Yeah.
I believe she did this on her own, or if not, she had some additional help as well. I
That's
will be
legit.
checking this out. It looks cool. Um, and apparently she tried to stay as faithful as possible to the original story as well. Like browsing her Twitter feed real quick, I saw someone linked a clip of the music box that you use with Father Gascoigne, which I was just like, that's a lot more detail than I was expecting. So, um, yeah, this is pretty cool. Like, this is one of those things where it's just like I like these kinds of projects where it's like, hey, let's take something new and then just like and just crush it into like a smaller format or something like that. It
And just the way they did it too. I mean, it looks like an old PlayStation game.
yeah. That I'm looking at that control sheet though. That concerns me. The fact that it's digital. that it's digital movement, like it's just on the D-pad. So I'm kind of like,
Oh,
oh, I wonder how that's
oh,
gonna play.
good look, good observation. I didn't
Yeah,
think about that. I'm sitting here not looking at the analog sticks.
yeah.
Like, oh yeah.
Oh man,
Oh,
L2 R2 camera rotation. Oh man.
man.
Oh man.
Oh, why didn't they go with fixed camera? I bet that would have been better.
That probably would have been tough, I imagine. And I feel like especially for the playstyle for Bloodborne, um
Oh,
it probably wouldn't have worked. It definitely would have made it definitely would make Bloodborne like a completely different game if you had to be more methodical about it.
true, I
Um
guess.
like um Bloodborne I would say is kind of hectic compared to the other Souls games.
Yeah, I think I can see that.
Yeah. Although it does look like it's strafe movement rather than like turn left, turn right, and then move forward, move back. So that's actually not too bad. Um
Hmm. I
oh
got a
man,
lot
the
on.
keyboard layout is interesting too. Like
Yeah,
up
I
and
was
down
staring
are
at that.
attack. So I'm wondering is that light and heavy then or are they just like the same attack then?
Well, that could be what that means. Yeah.
I feel like it's probably just the same attack. So who knows? Yeah. Man, I just want to play this right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I
We'll have to
again,
try it and come back to you next time,
yeah.
next episode.
Yeah. Yeah, again, I'll be linking uh the URL in the description as well.
Yes. Press
Um
turn homework. Play this.
yes.
It's
Yes,
free.
please. She has been hyping this up. She kind of like I think originally she just did it as a joke and then people were like, "Yo, I would actually play this though." And then she's just like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'll do it then." Lol.
Okay, so we're doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Resident Evil Village done in PS1 graphics and thought, man, that's really cool. And also, man, people have time on their hands. That's
Yeah.
so awesome.
You know,
This this crazy Daredevil went all the way,
yeah.
made a complete game.
Just like, okay, fine. I'll do it. Although it's interesting that you say that you mentioned the Resident Evil Village remake because what you're describing is essentially what was supposed to be the original Resident Evil 4. So, yeah. You do know the story about that, right?
I do not.
Oh, okay. So,
I just find that so funny. My. How the turntables.
yeah. So, so Resident Evil 4, the first one, I believe that turned into what was essentially God Hand. And then when Capcom tried to make it again, um it turned into another game, uh which I forget the name of. And then third time was the charm where they finally made Resident Evil 4, I believe. But
Um, one of them didn't happen to be Devil May Cry, right? Because I want to say, if I
no,
remember
because
history right.
that was Devil May Cry was actually oh wait, was it? Hang on a second.
Trying to remember my history right. Yeah, right here at the very first link. First hinted early December 99, Devil May Cry started out as the earliest incarnation of Resident Evil 4.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's right. Yeah. I remember now.
Yeah, the fixed camera angles, the keys, the puzzles.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So funny.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, Tony Redgrave. My goodness. Imagine if that was Dante's name instead.
No.
Tony.
Oh, it just oh.
My name is Tony, son of Sparta.
Oh gosh. Well,
Okay.
what is
Anyway,
what's
we
his
should get off
brother's
of
name?
this. This is like a
Icarus?
whole. This is a big rabbit hole that we're about to get into. So let's talk about
Right. We need
Pokemon.
to go down the other one.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Before that, though, I need to use the restroom. So be right back.
Okay, be right back.
Okay. So, um, I guess I would say spoiler warning here, but I haven't really reached a point where there has been really any story, I guess, but I guess I'll just say it here anyway if you don't want words spoken about Pokemon Arceus Legends. But yeah, I guess I'll just start off. Okay, so I guess for me personally, I range from like a semi-casual to somewhat hardcore fan. Um, if only just because like I first played Pokemon Gold and for the most part have not skipped a mainline series since then. Um, my interest kind of died down around the 3DS era when I didn't have one, but then I got one, so then I went back and played those games. So that basically um,
So
removes
what?
any of
That's like
that. So
Sun and Moon, Black and White 2, those games?
Black and White was DS actually. So
I wouldn't know.
yeah,
Sorry.
no, it's okay. I'm not gonna
My
jump down your throat about it. It's not
yeah.
really that big of a deal. Um, but yeah, like Black and White was the last one I played. Black and White 2 I did play for a bit, but uh it was pretty much just like more of the same, which is perfectly fine for that game, but like if I had bought Black and White 2, if I would probably argue it wasn't uh a justified purchase for what essentially felt like a challenge mode essentially for Black and White 1. Um but yeah, uh Pokemon Arceus Legends, or I guess you could actually call this Pokemon of the Wild, like actually.
Yeah.
It
It's really
was
close.
it like basically even down to the intro where it's just Arceus going
Yeah.
Link. I
Yeah.
mean trainer. Um yeah.
Yeah.
Down to like the sound effects and everything too.
Yeah.
Like the little jingle
Da-da-da-da.
that plays when you pick up items and
Yeah.
stuff.
You can run by an item and pick it up.
Yeah.
No, like stopping to pick it up. Uh,
Um, yeah,
yeah,
but
it's pretty close.
yeah, but I think it works honestly that I'm not even like really mad about it. Uh, some people would probably call it blatant, which I would say fair, but it's fun, so I don't care though. Um, yeah, yeah, Legends is just fun. Like I don't really know how else to describe it. It's just a ton of fun. Um, it's I was talking with John Campbell, a former member of the Gug crew, and like he was asking me like, so a lot of people have been asking me about if I've gotten Pokemon, and I know you have. Do you think I should get it? And I said, uh, within reasonable circumstances, um, of like what time is available to you and everything. No, but really though, you should get it. Like, uh, it's it's so good. I think I very affectionately referred to a regular show GIF in our chat of just like how much fun I was having, and it's just a clip of just like so much fun, so much fun. Like I'm having so much fun. I have to say it twice to like really emphasize how much fun I'm having. I mean like I guess the Breath of the Wild's format just works, honestly. Like um just the fact that I can just run and catch Pokemon while running and then just keep going, not even like looking to see if I caught it or not. Like whether I caught it or not doesn't necessarily matter. It's just the fact that I can do it is just like this is it's it's like the culmination of a number of years of me thinking about this in my head back when I was like a little boy and just playing Pokemon for the first time and thinking like, wow, what if there was a game that like you could walk around it in 3D and then you could throw the Pokeball and not look at the screen of just like waiting for it to be caught or not.
Yep.
And then it happened like 20 years later or so. We only had to wait like 25 years for that to happen. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Your initial thoughts, impressions?
Mm. So
I
when it
think I
comes
see
to me,
Courtney over there playing it right now. So
she is, yeah, yeah. She during the break, I asked her what's going on, and she said, "I am releasing all of the 25 Bidoofs," or something like that, because my boxes are getting full, and then all of a sudden I have 10 more boxes for Pokemon.
oh my
I
goodness!
she said
Wow.
something about missing some dialogue, so yeah, no, just she is absolutely loving it, and I was gracious enough to get to play, like, an hour or so collectively, and I openly said, "I cannot wait to play my own, like, my own profile. I can't wait to get a hold of
Yeah.
this.
So
This
you
is
get it right.
this
Like
is so much fun."
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
this is oh my gosh, like, this is it's better than Pokemon Go,
yeah.
or and it's yeah,
Like
and
isn't
it's
this what you wanted from Pokemon Go? Like legit.
uh, I mean, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted from Go. And I can't even say that I have average intelligence of Pokemon. I refer to her to be the expert. When it comes to it, I may have watched the anime, but I was Digimon growing up. Um,
Nice.
so I my first one was Ruby and Sapphire, and I didn't even finish playing that one. So I've just kind of been all right. Yeah, Pokemon's only for kids. Yeah.
I was curious. Do you mind asking her where she is right now in her progress?
Where you at in your progress right now? Catch all that?
I didn't quite catch that.
Okay, so she is on the path to Electrode, the fourth lord.
Oh, actually, I'm about to start that. So
Okay, cool. So that means we can talk about everything that we know because it's about the same.
yeah. Uh, yeah. I spent like a good 2 hours trying to find a big enough Buizel for this like very first quest, and I for the life of me cannot get
She's
one.
so frustrated with that one.
Yeah, I gave up. I just gave up. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait until I find an alpha and just catch that and throw that in his stupid face.
That's kind of what I was thinking
Yeah,
too.
cause like,
I
you know
didn't
what?
know
At
that
this point, I'm just gonna carry a big Boizel and literally just be like, here, and throw it in his stupid face and be like, now you can't ever complain about not having the biggest Boizel ever.
right? You start getting self-conscious like, "I'm worth it, okay? I am out here 50 Boizles deep."
I don't even need the reward. At this point,
Right?
it's about just getting it out of my face. I'm sick of seeing it in my menu. It's so frustrating. But that
That's so
aside,
real.
but that aside, man, there's something about there's something about the fact that when you talk to Kamado, or who's essentially the Pokemon professor from Diamond and Pearl, and that's another thing we got to get into, um, who just says like, in this world, Pokemon are dangerous, and it's like, yeah, no, you actually take that to heart because that is true. You look
Yep,
at a Shinx the wrong way, it's gonna thundershock you.
and it's gonna
Like,
chase you farther than you think it will,
yes,
every time.
you try to sneak up on a Teddy Ursa and it spots you trying to catch it, it's gonna cry for mama, and mama's gonna come swinging. Just a
Hard.
just a big big like just a big bear coming at you, and just
Just a
like,
big bear coming
is
from
is
behind
this
you.
what bear attacks are like?
Oh my gosh, and who'd have thought skunkies were so freaking annoying? Like,
Oh, the Stunkies, yeah.
the
Oh man,
stunkies with their, like, poison rain attack.
I
Like,
used to
"Wait a
love
minute!"
Stunky and I used to be homies. I think we're enemies now.
Oh, man.
It's rough, but at the
It's
same time,
amazing
it's
what runs away from you
yeah.
and what keeps chasing you.
Yeah, it's so much fun, and like what's very interesting about that too is like having played Shin Megami Tensei 5, um, very similar stuff happens in that game as well, where like there are some demons that run away from you, and some that will actively want to kill you, and be like, you want to go, you want to throw down, let's do it.
You ready?
Screw around and find out, why don't you? And
How many times have you tried to engage in an alpha battle?
oh, constantly. I
Okay,
I should know better, but I can't help myself.
I know.
Cause
Do you love
I started to catch them, and they give you a ton of EXP if they're above your level. So
and they
I was
keep
just
their
like, oh, I
size,
gotta try this for everyone now.
right? And they keep their size, that's the best part.
Oh yeah,
You pull out a Boizel, pull out your oh, I don't know, what your Cyndaquil, and then you pull out your Rapidash, it's like, "Hi."
yeah. It's just like all these lowly trainers with their cute little Pokemon, and then I throw out my Alpha Starly, and it's just going, and it's just a deep deep chirp. I'm not even gonna bother trying to replicate it. I can't anyway.
Your opponent AI literally has to back up and reposition himself.
Yeah,
The sheer size of
I
the
get
alphas are
knocked down
insane.
just because the Pokeball I throw out, the the big alpha Pokemon just pushes me
Yeah. Go! Ah!
away. Yeah, like there's a lot of small details too that they added that really fit that really help like sell the whole performance of just like being in a Pokemon battle. Like the fact that you can just walk around and observe, uh like the fact that you can get knocked down and stuff too. It's
Uh-huh.
all just
Don't get caught in the middle of the attacks. Yeah.
yeah.
I
It,
end up being my Pokemon's hype man when I'm playing, just for kicks, running around the opponent Pokemon like, "What you gonna do, huh?
yeah,
Oh, you gonna do a quick attack? Weak sauce."
yeah.
It's ridiculous, but I love that I can do
you
that.
you 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 tell your Zubat to use bite, and then you get up in the Bidoof's face like, yeah, I bet that hurt, huh? What are you gonna do? Cry? You're
Oh,
gonna cry now?
what you gonna do now, little man? Little stinking Bidoof, get up! Come on, let's go.
you
Or, or
you
what I'm.
you grab the Machop by its head, and then you go, stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself. Anyway, okay, that's a completely different game, but
On the plus side, I'm near the exit when I'm running if I'm attacking something that's like one-shotting everything I've got, like, "Come back. Bye." "Oh, look at the time, I gotta go." "White
oh
deer,
man,
take me away." Can we
yeah,
talk about can we talk about how wonderful the load times are for that game?
pretty good, pretty
Like,
good.
holy cow.
Breath of the Wild, this
I
is not.
Yeah, I'll take a graphical, like, downscale just for that.
Hmm.
Um, uh,
Yeah, you know
and
what? Like, those trees, they could look cheaper. Like put them back to 64 era.
we don't
Make them like
need
the Mario
leaves.
64 trees. I don't care.
Oh, no.
Just
Yes, let's go.
yeah. Uh,
Oh, man,
yeah, like
and,
those polygons. There's quite a few. I think we could go less.
yeah,
I think we
what
could
was
cut
that?
that down a bit.
You said 2,400? What does 1,200 look like? That's not bad. I
Yeah.
think that's
Wait,
not
wait,
bad.
1200. Let's try 128.
Yeah.
Like screw it.
Yeah,
Crush
I'm
that
just
bit, right?
triple digits are overrated these days. What's 99 look like?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I mean
Um,
we literally just talked about a fan game that someone made of demaking a PS4 game to PS1.
right? Pokemon
A downgrade of
Legends
15 years.
Arceus
Yeah.
N64. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's see what that
I
looks
mean
like.
Pokemon Stadium wasn't really fully explored. We could go that far down, honestly.
I hear some people still like Pokemon Coliseum.
Yeah.
Uh, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's go. We don't have to go back to 64. Let's go GameCube. It was great.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Pokemon Bloodsport, let's do it.
Pokemon Bloodsport.
That's basically what it boils down to.
Gotta
Don't act like it's
gotta gotta
nothing
punch
new.
them all.
No, that's
Oh,
Pokken Tournament.
Pokken Tournament. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hate that game.
The sequel is
Um,
Pokken Tag Tournament.
um,
True Ogre is the final boss of that game.
Sorry, that was lost on me.
Because Pokken was developed by Tekken developers. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. There you go. That makes more sense.
Pikachu Libre does Heihachi moves. She does Electric Wind God Fist. Like
That Now that's some appreciation right there.
it's not anyway. Yeah, like uh
Yeah, so Pokemon Legends just not only mixes things up, but it changes the entire way you think about going into a Pokemon battle now.
mhm.
I haven't once, and I don't know about you, or I don't know about Courtney, but and I know match types and natures are still a thing, but has that really come into that hasn't really come into effect yet. I mean, the Ambipom and Mud Shot pretty much almost one hits KOs everything.
Oh, you have Ambipom? Oh my goodness, yeah. Ambipom
Um,
hits like a truck. Uh
yeah, and obscures himself. I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah, oh my goodness. I hate Pokemon with Mudshot with a passion, mainly because I don't have a Pokemon that can do that. So
right? What's
that's
that?
more my fault, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that was drove me crazy watching those Pokemon level up and just saying, "You got a new move." They don't ask you anymore. So apparently you just get a list and you can cycle through them.
Yeah, so probably
Whoa.
the biggest thing is the fact that you don't have to ask someone to help your Pokemon remember what it used to do. The Pokemon is just like, no, no. I got it. Just tell me when you want it.
Right?
It
What you want me to
yeah,
do?
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you, fam. Uh,
yeah.
it's it's
You still want that mudshot?
yeah, like
Um,
uh, yeah, like it's just one of those things where it's like you're practically given freedom. Like you're given so much freedom, like literally. It's it's insane. Like you can help your Pokemon be stronger with the grit dust, grit gravel, grit pebbles. Um
that's what that's for.
yeah,
Cool.
it essentially takes the place of effort values from the old games. Um
EV training. Yeah.
yeah. Natures don't play a whole big deal, but it can work against your favor. But considering you usually require having to catch multiple Pokemon anyway, it's not too big of a deal. Um, like I would say like you should catch Pokemon more often, and then anyone you don't want to keep, just let them go. Like just let them back into the cycle of life, and you reap the rewards.
No, yeah. No, the whole game just seems focused on just catching.
Yeah, like I know there are some bits from Pokemon Let's Go, like the fact that you have to catch Pokemon, like that has more of an incentive here. Um, because like you don't have to get into battles. You can just catch them, but you're also free to just like move around as well and be like and like start doing sick combos of just throwing Pokeball after Pokeball after each one. Like pretty much just going
Mhm.
like oh man, I'm pulling this out of my boomer bag, but like literally like with I know it's not his name anymore, but McCready? Who's the gunslinger in Overwatch?
Oh. Um,
Because
I
the
can't
problem is
remember
they
his name
changed his
anymore,
name now too.
but I remember now who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, like literally just going, it's high noon, and then I throw my feather balls just like one after the other. Or
Those feather balls are insane.
I guess another suitable meme is just so anyway, I started throwing Pokeballs. Uh bang, bang. Anyway. Um
Right.
uh
I
it's
just start throwing them.
yeah. Uh
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
and that throwing is so much fun,
Mhm.
and there's so much freedom to do with what you want. Like, it's totally different how I play compared to how Courtney plays, and yeah, forgive me, I'll probably, like, bounce off each other a lot.
Oh no, no, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but, uh, yeah, I I love going in and, like, path of least resistance, just sneaking up as silent and as fast as I can,
Mhm.
throwing and running. Or if I know it's gonna be something super elusive, throw it, get it closer, and ready another one before it tries to escape, and then just throw that one.
Mhm.
Um, but, yeah. And then sometimes and she likes to do that too, but I also know, like, for a fact that like the battling itself can be sort of a buffer to keep that Pokemon there as long as they're not trying to run away.
Yes.
You can just pile up as many Pokemon as you want for them to kill while you're still trying to catch that
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Like when you're trying to search for EVs, and then you finally come across one, you're gonna get that Eevee no matter what you have to do.
I've only
uh,
found them in those distortion fields so
yeah.
far.
Oh, in the first area, actually, they have a chance to spawn. If you go to the left, and then I think it's like the area just before you hit that alpha rapidash.
Oh, I know that
That
place.
that area, that's where that has a chance to spawn an Eevee. I think Eevee has a
Interesting.
rare chance to spawn over there.
Oh,
My buddy was telling me he found a Turtwig in the second area just by chance. Um, I'm not sure if it was a distortion or not, but he said he caught it and then he got items from it that was worth like 15,000 Poké Dollars or something.
oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
that sounds like a
it
rare
seems
grab.
yeah, so it sounds like that there are some Pokemon that also fit like that are also like this one's a treasure chest. And maybe later on there will be one that's like this one's for grinding for EXP, basically.
Right, right. I got you. Yeah, people will be able to find out those, like how they found out that the Garvile and the Garchomp and Dominant Pearl gave you more EXP. So those were good grinding Pokemon in the underground
Mhm,
to go after. Yeah.
yeah.
Um my favorite yeah, and true to Pokemon form, like the areas and the time of day and the weather affect what shows up,
Yes.
and that's amazing. Uh Stumbled across Abra in the first area.
Mhm.
Um and it brought me happiness because I will say I do remember that in the first game catching Abras was hard because they always ran away.
Yeah.
These also ran away as
Mhm.
soon as you enter their like as
Like
soon as they pop up on
just
screen and they can
just
see
as
you,
hard. Just
just
as
as hard.
hard, pretty much.
Yeah. I had to figure out they show up in the evening and had to remember where they were so I can start crawling. And I
My
did.
my friend, that's when you start using feather balls and you just snipe them. Uh,
Hey, well, I'll
yeah,
remember that when I go through mine.
yeah. Like,
Yeah,
it's very
sniping.
interesting how like early on I was relying on the heavy balls a lot, but then later
Mhm.
on I was just like, no, this isn't efficient enough. I need to use feather balls and catch them from afar. Like, who cares about catch rate? It all that matters is that I at least get it once. Because sometimes you just get lucky and
Mhm.
you just get it.
I agree.
Like not too long ago, I circled back to the first area and I was just like, you know what? I want that alpha Alakazam. And I went straight over there. Didn't even have to fight it. I just like snuck around through feather balls. And then like I had one heavy ball and then I just threw it. Um and then I got it. I was just like, great, I'm out.
Cool.
It
So let me reiterate this so that someone else hears that you don't have to fight the alphas to catch them.
yeah, you don't. You absolutely
Hmm,
don't. Um
very good. Man, those things can pack a wallop.
yeah. It's
Even
it's very
the
hard, but you can do it. Um you the odds are against you, especially if you're starting out, but you can do it if you're patient enough. Um having a giant war deer to run away from it when it gets too mad at you also helps with that. But
yes. Oh man. I thought the running was janky for the character at first, but that sorta didn't matter anymore after the word deer because that that running is smooth,
mhm,
both the regular trotting and the galloping. And also, how easy it is just to hit plus and bam, you're going.
yeah.
Um,
Uh
and also my favorite thing to do now that she has the fish is jump on land. bam, automatically on the word here. Jump back out into the water, bam,
Yeah.
automatically back on the fish. And none of that slows the game down. So I'm like, this is fun.
Yeah.
This is so much fun.
Like, imagine if they did this again and they were able to clean it up, and then it like if it looks a little bit nicer and still runs just as smooth, like that's just perfect, honestly. Because even now, it's just like, yeah, it doesn't look great in some places, but it's still just like
Agreed.
it's still so much fun. Like
Yeah,
the fact that Brandon, the resident graphics elitist of our chat room, picked this game up and still said, "Yeah, I'm having fun," is just like
that's
that's
saying something.
that's that's proof. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like who cares if it doesn't look like spick and span. It as
Yeah.
long as it plays well, you can like you can play anything and have a good time still. Like
Graphics can be updated in patches,
yeah, I mean like
but gameplay, that's gotta be solid from day one.
yeah, I mean like what is it? I'm pretty sure Jack and Daxter like the first one on PS2, Ratchet and Clank, they all ran at 60 FPS originally.
Never thought about I never knew that.
Yeah, on the
Wow, but you're
PS2,
right.
and
And you know
like
what? Oh my gosh, yeah,
yeah,
the first Jack and Daxter never had a single loading time in
mm,
between any area, and I
uh,
still marvel at that, like
yeah, I think it only had loading screens if you were jumping between
yes,
regions,
if you were jump
but
between
other
regions.
than that, no.
Right. Yeah,
Pretty big areas, honestly.
yeah, oh my gosh, I love that game so much.
Yeah,
That was the whole reason I got a PS2, but that's another game, another story for another time, but
yeah.
you're right. Yeah. I didn't know the first Ratchet& and Clank was 60. Seems I have to go back and look at that.
It actually was maybe not perfect 60, but it definitely ran a lot smoother because and I'm pretty positive about this because I remember when Tools of Destruction first came out on PS3, when I was playing that, I was just like, huh, something's not quite right about this game, but I couldn't really put my finger on it. Um Turned out it was a number of things, but the main thing was just like the game feel didn't seem quite right to me. But at the time, I couldn't really notice that. But I could tell like something didn't feel right about how movement was and everything. And then I think I eventually was able to play Ratchet and Clank 1 again, like for a little bit. And then I realized, oh, like this game plays smoother, actually. And it never occurred to me that like it was performing much better like even compared to Ratchet and Clank 2 and 3 cuz like while 2 and 3 had a lot more going on, it definitely demanded a lot more out of the PS2 compared to the first game. Um and I mean like even I would say it's like there is there is something to be said where it's like, okay, like maybe you can't have maybe you can't have like the dream game of where like Pokemon are absolutely populating the screen. Um,
Which would
but
be nice.
what you can do to mitigate that effect is to make the encounters more special. So like, you know, um, so like being able to throw out your Pokemon just for fun and just talk to them for a bit and then be like, "You doing okay?" And Typhlosion just goes, "Eh," and it's like, "Okay, yeah." Um,
Kinda
yeah.
hungry.
Yeah. Oh man, Typhlosion in this game, I forgot that there were going to be regional variants. Um,
Yeah.
and my Typhlosion is Fire and Ghost, and this is like really weird. He also looks super blazed out, like he's
I
been
heard about that from a TikTok.
yeah, he looks like he's just all about good vibes, really.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
cushy vibes, to say the least.
Um,
But
so Courtney chose Rowlet and got it um evolutioned up to the final where it's the nice Samurai Jack straw hat.
oh yeah,
Yeah, looks pretty neat. And I saw the final evolution for Oshawott and was like, they did so great in the middle evolution, but then that last one kind of took a turn for the interesting.
it doesn't it just kind of look like a darker Samurott or something?
I don't know what it looks like.
Wait, let me check. Uh, you know what? I'm just gonna look up all the final evolutions.
I couldn't remember its name for like the first few days, so I just kept calling it Plish Plash.
Splish Splash, yeah,
Yeah.
Splish
By
Splash.
the way,
I was taking a
um,
bath.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I saw yours. I was watching your stream, and
thank
gosh,
you.
your um, your jokes were on point. Like, it killed me when the professor was talking to you early, and you had just gotten the ARC phone, and you taken that time to be like, "Yeah, so I've been like watching Isekai lately."
Yeah. Oh
and
man,
now
what
my
the heck?
and now my canon is that like Arceus totally like you died via Truck Coon and you got transported into this new realm to start the adventure of collecting Pokemon.
I mean, that's what it feels like. It's just like there's like a ton of theories going around too about like how it could be time travel. It's probably more than likely time travel, considering
Because
the
of
legendaries,
Palkia and
yeah, were around space and time. So,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah. Oh man, this Decidueye evolution is certainly interesting.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean, I
got
don't
a
know. I'd be down. If Courtney could spare another relic for me, I'd certainly would give it some love. Um, but yeah, Hisuian Typhlosion is is just a treat. He's just looking fab, and but also phased, and just
yes.
like kind of just reflects my mood too. Honestly, just being like, yeah, whatever. Uh,
Oh my gosh, the memes. I'm just trying to look at the picture and already yeah. No, that looks like mood.
yeah.
That does. It looks like big mood.
It's got a little eyeliner too though, which is pretty interesting. But I do like the very um small changes that they made, but it's still pretty much like, yeah, that's a Typhlosion, like just straight up.
Yeah. Yo,
Um
like the ghostly fire ring reminds me of the Spiritomb, which is a really nice touch
yeah,
to add on
um
to its fire ghost type.
yeah, it's somewhat similar, I noticed. I wonder if Typhlosion is based on anything in real life. Because I know this game, it takes a lot of influences from the Japanese Ainu tribe, which is essentially kind of like a somewhat aboriginal Japanese tribe. Uh, like basically before like pre-Edo era, I think. Um,
Okay.
feel free to check me on that. I'm probably wrong because I don't know too much about Ainu tribe, but
Comment below
yeah,
if he's full of it.
yeah. Like, comment, and subscribe about how wrong I am. Uh, if you think I'm wrong. Um, what else was I gonna say? Yeah, like the the first few hours, um, just like shifting your whole like concept of how to play Pokemon is kind of insane, honestly. Like it feels so natural, but like really thinking about it, it's just like
It's a
yeah,
huge departure.
like how have they not done this before? You know what I mean? It was like there the whole time. Um
Man, I
and
just
but
sorry.
like it's just like it's so seamless, you know, like cuz all the all the basic information that you have of Pokemon translates very well pretty easily. And then everything else kind of like falls into place as you play the game and you're trying to figure out like okay, like what would be an easier way for me to sneak in? How should I fight this Pokemon? Um like how to mitigate turn priority with and like switching between agile style and power style
Mhm.
to like affect that order and just be like yeah, you know, I kind of need to take more I kind of need to tank a couple more hits just so I can hit him with the status effect and make it easier to catch or something like that. Um uh the usage of like regional variants and the new evolutions is also really good. Like I like the fact that Cleavor is pretty much just like yeah, this is a Scyther who just got like stuck in Earth and then came out like looking like a bunch of flint. Uh the fact that the Hisuian Growlithe just starts out looking like this big bushy dog and then just becomes like a big old Koma Inu uh
Yeah.
mythological creature at the end of it is so cool. It's probably one of my most favorite designs so far.
Yeah,
Um
I think that's among one of our favorite moments in the game, just due to the little story they gave the tiny Growlithe and all that.
oh yeah. Also the implication that that volcano exudes firestone energy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
like the fact that the Growlithe evolved by sheer will is already pretty crazy. But I think it's also just like, well, if it also had to be taken there, then that means that that whole volcano is just a big firestone.
that's right.
So
Yeah. Ooh,
it's it's genuinely interesting.
yeah. No, yeah. This whole game, it's throwing, uh, it's throwing the future out there. I can't wait for whatever DLC they've got. Haven't even beaten the game. I
Yeah.
can't wait for it. But
Yeah,
also,
there's got to be DLC coming for
hmm
this game.
I'm excited. I want new like Hisuian variants.
Yeah. Honestly at this point, I was kind of iffy about Burns. It took me a while to like for them to win me over, but considering that it's been harder for uh Game Freak to kind of come up with or or rather, considering that it's been harder for the Pokemon Company to come up with like new Pokemon each time, I think regional variants are an excellent way to handle that because you can pull from the already like vastly vastly
900.
obscene amount of Pokemon that are available right now. Take like about 250 and switch a few out. Um,
Yeah.
just like plop a new design on them, give them some new moves and stuff, and help rebalance around that instead. Um,
Mhm.
it I think it's a lot more interesting uh than trying to follow along with like necessarily new Pokemon. I think it's gotten to the point where it's like it would probably be better to expand on the currently existing Pokemon instead.
And I
Um,
think that's totally
yeah,
fine.
it would also be cheaper, I would say. Uh,
Cheaper. Exactly. Yeah.
uh,
Also, you could and you've got a community of like good fans who are kind of doing the work for them. Um, you know, contract some of them and make their variants real. Um, because I know for sure that there are plenty of people, and I'm sure there's people within Pokemon themselves who have looked at the designs they've made and went back and went, "Whoa, whose idea was that?
yeah,
I don't like it."
I
And
I, I kind of like that they've doubled down on Tangela, and it's just like no explanation. It's still just a bunch of vines.
yeah,
It's a
love it
Castlevania enemy in a different game.
for
Uh,
sure,
yeah.
for sure.
It's
Yeah,
so
and I
ridiculous
mean,
because it's got big old red boots and it's just waddling around on the overworld, just
I
minding its own
like
business.
I like that they took classic Pokemon, which were just Pokemon, and then gave them pre-evolutions and post-evolutions.
Oh
That
yeah.
was that was a good move. They could probably keep doing that too if they didn't want to, worry about making more land-specific variants.
hmm
But they could also keep making land-specific variants.
I think
There's
it's kind of why I liked Mega Evolution so much because
Mm,
it was kind of an interesting way to kind of like give Pokemon that may not necessarily have been strong a reason to be more viable for battling. Um, that is to say, I don't think there's really any outstanding multiplayer aspects with this game, which is kind of unfortunate. But uh, I would be interested to see that come back in some way. Um, or at least like if it doesn't come back, then like I said, expand on the new Pokemon instead. Like like man, I kind of always liked Mawile's design. And then like Mega Mawile was like an excellent design where I was
mhm.
just like, can you just make that like its actual
Yeah.
evolution instead? Uh
Yeah, yeah. No, I thought, not Cubone, its evolution, Marowak. I thought the Mega Evolution from Marowak was so cool.
did Marowak have a Mega?
Well, oh, I think I'm wrong. It has a variant where the bone has 2 green spectral fires on the end of it. That may
Oh,
be
okay,
a
yeah.
that may be another region form. Sorry.
Yeah. I think you are talking about Alolan
There it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I pulled it up. Yeah, that form is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. There's
Uh
also a fan image of uh Colossal. It's it's the Pokemon from Shield. I don't know if you know, but its final form is just a big mountain of coal with its mouth kind of looking like a furnace. But someone made a fan make of it becoming a coal train. I was like, Oh, dude, this is a freaking amazing. I would be such a cool Pokemon to have.
That's pretty good. I actually like that. Uh,
Yes, and their design was like perfect. But anyway, um, uh, I guess I have final thoughts now. I'm excited for the future because I just imagined that. In speaking of Pokemon Coliseum, the trainer had the Snag'em suit, and if they could implement that into like a new Legends type base game, that would be fun. And you talked about multiplayer,
mhm.
having a mode where you can snatch others' Pokemon. Uh, I don't know, like
Okay,
how unfair.
now you are just talking about Pokemon Dark Souls. Like
I don't know how unfair that would feel, but
that is what that is pretty much. Oh
but I
man.
mean that would be pretty cool. I don't know, like there's got to be something you can do with that.
Like what if you're fighting an alpha Pokemon that happens to be shiny and then at the corner of your screen like uh dark Umbreon has invaded your island and just snatches that Pokemon from you.
Yep. I don't know.
And then it taunts you and as it runs away.
Actually, now that I thought about it, um, the only multiplayer aspects they have of it are finding someone's lost satchel. How cool is that?
Yeah.
That is really cool.
A literal Dark Souls mechanic too. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But the
it's
merit
nice
points
for
you
sure.
get, yeah, the merit points you get take. Courtney found this out. You can buy an item called the Cable Link, which acts as the function you need for trading
Yeah.
like the Pokemon. So you can get the Gengar without having to trade.
Get the Gengar, get your Alakazam, get
Get
your
your
Machamp,
Golem. Yeah,
get your Golem.
Machamp.
I forgot about Golem. I should get that too.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. Yeah, I
yeah.
just evolved one of my Machoks into Machamp because I love Machamp.
Champ is legit.
Yeah.
He was
I
one of my
love my
favorite
Himbo
Pokemon
Goro.
to take pictures of in Pokemon Snap because that dude was just always flexing. There was never a bad time to take a picture of Machamp.
Yeah.
All
Uh
right, well that's it. I'm tapped out.
yeah, I mean I pretty much am too. Whatever you said, I pretty much have to echo. It's genuinely it's like so elating to be genuinely excited about Pokemon again that it's such a weird feeling. Like I haven't been this giddy about Pokemon since like Black and White, where like in Black and White, Game Freak showed that they could actually write a good story. Uh,
I heard that.
and then here now it's just like, oh, like look what happens when you let when you let go of the formula and just let Game Freak do whatever, you know? Like
Yeah,
let the franchise actually evolve, you know?
yeah, yeah.
It's
And that's the thing we have to remember is it's Game Freak. It's not Nintendo.
mhm.
With all of their Nintendo polish, it's Game Freak. Like they're the ones with their Unreal Engine expertise, and their development skill. Um, with I guess Nintendo's backing or publishing. But yeah,
Well, like so Nintendo publishes the Pokemon games. They don't really have much of a stake in it other than like so when is it coming out? Because it'd be
exactly.
great if it does come out. And then Pokemon Company says, "Oh, it'll be out in like it'll be out by next year of whenever we announce it." And then Game Freak goes, but then Pokemon Company goes, "We say when we say it comes out." And Game Freak goes, "Okay." And they just kind of have to unfortunately sit there and suffer once again. Uh,
I
um,
guess so. But no,
I
they did a bang up job.
yeah, like I genuinely hope that this means like there is some actual progression for Game Freak as they make these games. Like if they don't get to make other games, then at the very least let them get to explore other avenues. Like let them make more spin-offs. Let them
Mhm.
really flex up, like let them really stretch out what Pokemon can be. Like I'm not saying like every Pokemon game has to be this game moving forward, but
Yeah.
if at least the mainline series can be like this, uh spaced out more so it can have more time to cook in the oven. Um
Dude, gym battles like this? Ooh, the
oh
possibilities.
man.
Because the boss battles really impressed me
Yeah.
with how you had to time your dodges. I was
Instead of
like
Jim Ball, instead of Jim, this is Dark Souls. We are
yeah,
just talking about Dark
it's like
Souls.
I was like, "Dude, wait a minute. This is for kids, right? Kids aren't gonna get this the first time around."
Are kids gonna be able to deal? Will they
Yeah.
understand the importance of iframes on their dodge roll?
And they even taught you the iframe with the Lilligant battle. Like, really?
Yeah.
You actually have to wait
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
like
The Lilligant battle
for the
was
thing to
just like,
slam down?
yeah,
Like, what? And then they're like they're pushing this whole knock it out. All right, now battle it. I'm like, no, I don't have to battle it. You just keep hitting it with the bomb.
yeah. Um, oh man, yeah. Like the fact that gym battles could be extremely different
They could
with this
literally
type of
incorporate
format.
the gym trainer attacking you.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh,
Like
oh,
who says it
oh.
even has to be a battle? It could just be like help your Pokemon navigate past attacks or something like that. Like imagine if it was just like Typhlosion, don't use flamethrower, use quick attack to navigate this maze as fast as possible because there's a herd of Tauros coming your way and you got to get out of there, man. Um
Yeah. All right, I gotta get going, but the possibilities are endless.
yeah.
This is a good, yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Pokemon is interesting again. I'll say that at least.
Amen.
Yeah. Uh, pick up
Go buy it.
Pokemon
Go play
Arceus
it.
Legends if you weren't sure about it. I would say this is a resounding recommendation from the both of us. Uh, and also check out the Bloodborne PSX Demake. Again, that'll be in the description. Check that out. Give it some love. And play games for what they are uh rather than what you wish they are. Anyway, that's gonna be it. Goodbye.